Oh, let me cover you up there. The Rangers. Obviously, you know that the Silver Hawk and Little Rosie are a couple. But what you never see are these guys' wives.
Oh, we're not.
They're always behind the scene, and they're going to try and run. But
Oh, they're running.
we've got Laura here. This is Josh's beauty.
Uh-huh.
And my
Ryan's
wife,
the real
Ryan.
beauty. Yeah.
You'll
So
see them.
now you know what they look like.
You're gonna see them out in the
We
field soon.
we do have wives. We're not just out digging holes.
All right, Andrew, let's show us some of your finds from this year.
All right, these are my favorite finds for this year. So, my first one is a crotobell. It's got the dinger in it. I know you see a lot of these on other channels, but in the Pacific Northwest, these are kind of rare. This is a 1700s, mid 1700s crotobell. It's got some, it's ornate, and you can tell by the.
Let's do a little close up here.
Yeah, it's got a little damage to it there. But this was probably brought over from the, from the East Coast.
Well, what we found it was that family was an old homestead family.
Yeah.
So,
It was one of the oldest houses in that little town that we were in. And it was, I think it was a mid 1800s home.
that was a great find that day.
Yeah. So I brought that.
That was in Colonial Vortex.
Yeah, Wild West Colonial Vortex.
That's right.
And so my next find that I brought is this old John Deere token. I can't remember what episode this is in.
That was in the pouring down rain. I was with you.
So we researched this old token, and it is from the early 1900s. Says John Deere inventor. He gave us the steel plow. I
But
believe is what it says.
you were contacted regarding this token?
Yes, there's actually a John Deere museum that has contacted me, and they were very much interested in this token.
They don't even have that token.
No. I did a search on the internet.
What would you sell it for?
Oh, it's priceless. Okay, and then
I'll give you 10.
oh, sorry, change
If you lost it, yeah. If you had,
Call Virginia.
well, if you sold it, they did. It's ready.
call my people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool. So then I brought this. This is the Chinese coin that I found a couple episodes back, and it's dated late 1600s to early 1700s is when it was minted. And I can't remember the emperor. And
Cause that's the back. That's be the place where it was minted, and that will be the emperor, and that's how you could tell.
yeah, and then the city that was minted in.
will be on the
inside,
back. Yeah.
And I actually consulted with Chinese American guy. Actually, he contacted me. He posted a comment on the video where this was posted, and he said, "Hey, contact me, and I'll look at your coin." And he was the one that actually did the research, found out who the emperor was and where it was minted.
No, it was Shang Tzu. Correct.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, pretty cool that we had some help on that one. And then here's my seated $50.
That was a cool find.
Yeah, I found that with Justin. And Virginia was with me. But
Yeah.
Justin and I were digging like side by side when I found this.
Yeah, his eyes got this big right here.
Yeah, I knew it was a big. I knew it was a big silver, but obviously, Justin's eyes are way better than mine. And he looked at the wings and he said, "If those wings are what I think they are," he goes, "You got a good coin there." And turned out to be seated. And
Now,
then-
but you didn't want to be overly excited about that because of the place
No.
you're at.
yeah, it's weird because it's 18.
It was like he saw a ghost.
yeah, I about passed out. And then I did pass out when I got this just recently. This is my Morgan dollar that I found at the old Grange.
It was a dugout place though. You
Yeah.
can't find stuff in a place that's all dug out.
Apparently not. And
It's hunted.
It's a semi-key date coin, so that was really cool. Anyway, that's what I brought.
Okay. What about you there, Little Rose?
I found, this is my best find of all year. I found some tokens and a Barber diamond, but this is my favorite one of all. And it was actually really shallow. It was about 2 to 3 inches, surprisingly. And we dated it from the 1910s to 20s.
Yeah, teens to 20s, somewhere in that.
That is a really pretty watch. It's what people dream about finding is a gold pocket watch, but this one has sterling in it.
Yeah, gold. It's gold plated over sterling.
So it's probably that is just a beautiful piece of art. For me this year,
We got the ladies in the background.
not exactly thrilled, but that's okay.
They're moving.
My number one find actually ended up being for this year ended up being my number one find I ever had because it was a significant historical find, and that was a presidential slogan token for 1904, and that was Alton B. Parker. And what was significant about him, he didn't win that election because he was running against Teddy Roosevelt. And in the research I did on that particular token, it's hard to find, so that'd be a really rare token against a very famous president who was on Mount Rushmore now, right? So that was my favorite find ever, most historical find. This one, now this particular ring looks like nothing, and that's what I kind of thought it was at first. And I was a little disgruntled because Andrew had just found the day before some beautiful rings, and so I get this, and look, it's all marred up and everything. And then I went home later on that day, and I got to looking in the band, and I discovered it's actually a coin ring. And I see, I found the A for America, for United States of America, and a star. And I believe it is actually about, from things I've looked in this, it's a 1850s seated dime. And where I found that at was an old area in this one city, and there used to be an old college there. And the college has been gone for I don't know how many years, probably since the 30s. So I don't know how old this is, but the coin was really old. I believe this was an 1850s seated dime. Probably this was I've got some better rings than this, but this one was a fun one for me because it was an area that it was one of those days that you just don't think you're getting anything at all, and I pulled this out of the ground at about 1 inch. And it's an old vintage sterling ring. I have yet to have the stone tested in it. And when I went to dig this out to show this, it had already started tarnishing. So, very fun find. And fits great on my wife's finger. I'm going to cover this up for the date I found it, because it was on my birthday. So nobody needs to know what my birthday is. But what's unique about this is it is a key date coin. It is a 1917S. And it is a 2-feather buffalo nickel. So,
Nice.
if you look those up. Yeah, whatever. So, fun find.
I want people to know when my birthday is.
Yeah,
Give
exactly.
them a present.
So this one.
From each of our 2001 subscribers. I love peanut butter cookies.
This right here, I actually found in a hole. I forgot what it even was digging that day, because what this is this is an old Indian bead. And you can see one end here, and here's the other. And there used to be an old encampment in the area I was hunting in. It's now a small town, and I just so happened to move to the right place and find this in my hole.
Cool.
So it's an old Indian bead.
All right.
So these aren't all just from this year. I didn't dig a lot this year. This is kind of the overall best finds for me since I started detecting. First I'll start off with this, what I believe is a Tootsie Toy truck. It's all intact. Everything works on it. Wheels are still, yeah, I guess you can see Tootsie Toy right on the underside of the bed there.
Nice.
But it's all there. I've dug plenty of the littler, smaller Tootsie Toys, but that one by far is my favorite. And then some coins and some tokens here. There's quite a bit of history on this one. Andrew, he does a lot of research on our area, old cities, pulls up photos, and actually found an article on this exact pendant here. So I'm sure he'll throw up an article and show on the screen there. If you can, I can't read it from where I'm at, but there's that, 1915. And this year, I finally dug a Standing Liberty quarter. This one is a 1918. It's slick, but watching Plugmaster Ford's videos, you just use the silver tester I just put a couple drops where the date was, and just right when I rinsed it off, I was able to see that it was 1918. If I was smart, I would have took a picture of it because it was very visible, and then it slowly just faded back to what it was originally. I dug both of these. It was a what I thought was a coin spin, and it's 1900. And then with it, I thought it was going to be the same style coin, but it's a Montreal token, and I did research on it online, and it was only minted 2 years, 1837 and 1838. There's no actual date on the coin or token itself, but I was able to date it from the internet. So that was one of my
What was significant
one of my
about
best
that?
finds.
What was significant about that particular token, though?
I
Because it's a bank token, right?
There's something about a bank token, and it was actually used for currency as well, at least what the article said. And then this year, I dug my oldest Indian penny. It's an 1864. You're not going to be able to see it on the video just because it's in the plastic wrap there. But in our area, 1864, that's an old coin, so I was super excited to get that Indian penny there. And I dug this 1911 Barber quarter. Really good shape.
Nice detail on that.
7 silver day on that one. My first Barber quarter, I wear it sometimes in the videos. 1907. And then on this one, if you watch, do you remember the YouTuber that was talking about the impressions on the coins?
Oh, that's JD Variety.
Yeah, JD Variety.
counter?
Yeah, if you look, you can see a indentation right there on the
Yep.
shield. So that one, I guess, was counted.
Yeah.
And it's a New Orleans mint.
Nice. Gives a little more character.
I got a neat ring right before.
That was
New
walking,
Year's.
That was walking into
Yeah,
2017.
walking
That
into
was
2000. I dug a
that's,
walker that day. It's just a really ornate ring. If you can see on there, they took quite a bit of time to
Oh yeah.
make this. So I don't know if there was ever stones inside of the ring, but you can see that it got folded over. I don't know if it got ran over or stepped on, but that was neat. But probably my best all-time ever
I love that
find.
thing.
Silver Hawk was with me that day. I dug a couple silver coins. I think I got a Chinese coin that day.
Some Indians.
One Indian. But if you look right in the middle, you can see that it was
Wow.
TEHF in a heart. So whoever lost it, I don't know what I would say. I don't know the word, but
Yeah.
I'm sure they were disappointed that
Bad day.
they lost that there.
What is that?
It's a top or the bottom of a pocket watch.
Been a really
Very
good
much
year.
so.
2018 is going to be even better, though.
Yeah.
I can feel it.
Cool. Well, here's another year. Relic Rangers.
Happy
All right,
hunting.
Happy New Year.
Happy hunting. Merry Christmas.